All right, we back, family, man. It's been a crazy day. Couldn't catch y'all yesterday, but it's a new day, right? Happy Mars Day. Uh, Welcome back to another episode of Crisis Counseling, right? So, hold on. See, brother said need to pick up. Nah, man, we ain't taking no calls unless you gonna hit the cash app or something. Unless you got a real question you got. You know what I'm saying? I ain't taking no calls right now. You know. So basically, man, we finna get back off into the mind control book 101, of course. And we finna go on, keep reading it, right? Cause a lot of people don't understand, man. It's only finna get worse for certain people. Cause if you don't learn how to control your mind, first you gotta learn how to control your emotions, right? The chakras. You don't learn how to control it, your energy, your emotion, right? You putting energy in motion, and they playing with your emotions through mind control every day, and it's only gonna get worse for certain people, right? People blacking out here in Texas, man, just having wrecks out of nowhere. You know what I'm saying? Certain people got masks on and they blacking out and they having wrecks, all out of fear, right? So yeah, we finna go and get off into it, man. We ain't gonna be on here long tonight. So let's gonna continue where we had left off at yesterday. Well, we had left off where we was talking about let's see where we left off. Yeah, we left off that these things, mind control is something that we go through every day, right? Every day. The visibility of control becomes less obvious to the subjects as they become more involved, right, with their day-to-day concerns, right? All of these different concerns, Black Lives Matter, all of this bull jive that's going on, and it becomes less obvious that you are being mind controlled, right? So let's continue to the next paragraph. Mind control is everywhere. Once you realize the depth, right, of mind control in your life, your only option outside of the piranha, right? And basically, the piranha is I got a few pictures on the piranha, but it's the other realm. That's what they call the other realm as well. Um, uh, let's continue. It's calm, almost Buddha-like, all knowingness, right? When you get outside of that paranoia, right? When you get outside of that paranoia, but you can't understand that the mind control is so deep embedded into you that you actually start to love this stuff, man. Like people can't stop watching the news. People can't stop, you know, the marching and all this different stuff when you supposed to be going within to master the Buddha or the master within, to have all knowingness. You know what I'm saying? That recognize the ubiquitous presence of mind control and to set out to use it to your advantage, right? You want to know how to do it to use it as your advantage. We ain't talking about mind controlling somebody to, you know what I'm saying, to have them doing some crazy stuff. We just saying you want to learn how to master your own mind and how it works, right? See, they trying to mess with the video, but we gonna continue and to set out to use it to your advantage. While the mindset can be encouraged, no one can teach it, right? Your mindset can be encouraged, but no one can truly teach it. Only through patience, right? Effort and a little suffering can can you gain this invaluable perspective, right? We done went through so much suffering, all of these different things, and we still can't master the mind. Why? Because it's been a spell put on you. So let's continue. Models of mind control, right? If mind control is about controlling your thoughts, your emotions, and actions of others, there are several functional models that will help you do that, right? They know all about these things. That's why they got it in these books. So you can turn up, right? But if you gonna turn up, you better read up. Because that's what's gonna free you out of this situation that you're going through. Like I said, there's so much stuff that people are putting themselves in, all because of mind control, the way they speaking, the way, you know, they view things, the way, what they listening to. Right? You are what you listen to. You are who you're around. You become those things. To find out just how mind control creates the degree of compliance, right? Just how simple you just fall for anything that one wants, right? Let's consider some common models of mind control. This behavioral modification slash the conditioning model, right? One of the major ones, right? They know how to make us happy. They know how to make us react to certain things. They know how to make us feel a certain way. As with every case of mind control, the controller, right? The controller knows what he or she wants people to do and wants them to do it willingly or for what they think are their own reasons, right? So many people protesting, so many people doing exactly what they want to, they think they doing it for their reasons. And of course, they might be because of their reasons, right? We not judging, we just putting it out here. All right. The behavior modification slash conditioning model works by a system of stimuli, right? In the form of rewards and punishments, right? Based on the behaviors of the subject or the people. Soon, in much the same way as you would train a dog to do tricks, y'all. We dropping the jewels. You can get the book for yourself, though. You can train a person to willingly take part in some action, right? Behavioral modification slash conditioning requires a series of steps that rewards good behavior and punishes bad behavior. But let's say you want your subject to steal some candy from a store, right? Or go out there busting windows, right? Or worse. Using the behavior modification model, you would first reward them for thinking creatively outside the norm of social ethical behavior, right? That's why they gave us the first little stimulus, right? Make you feel good, you know what I'm saying? Gave everybody else that's not working they little money, right? And now they trying to get all these people to go back to work. They rewarded them just off of, you know what I'm saying, their behavior. Now they seeing how the world done went mad around here. At least this country, right? Let's continue. After they have become used to thinking outside the norm, right? And you will reward them at every turn forward, right? It is time to move to the next level. At this next stage, rewards are given for taking action outside the norm, but saturated within a social structure or group, right? College hazing is a good example. Another form of mind control. Each act that the subject performs that is outside the norm but protected within the group, right, is rewarded. Like how they were saying, everybody that was out there wilding and doing all of this madness, it was the people that really started it, was the ones that was protected. You know what I'm saying? The ones that, so-called took that man life, they got rewarded for that. Because that's how they get paid, off of your death. Crazy world, right? Perhaps with a slap on the back or toasted to their in their name, right? With the proper conditioning, at the final stage, the subjects are then told to go steal, right? You say some candy, but we just saying go steal. And when this is completed, a a rousing party is held in their honor, right? It wouldn't take much more than several of these exercises to have them doing something even more miraculous, right? Mind controlling you through all of these different movements. A punishment when an action is not taken could be something as mild as having members of the group uh, scoff and disdain, right? They will also be given a choice to deal with the consequences of not acting as requested. This creates the illusion of free will, right? This creates the illusion of free will. Let's continue. To use the behavior modification or slash conditioning model skillfully with and with stealth, right? The controller must make the rewards huge and the punishments mild but memorable, right? Slavery. Motherfuckers cannot get over slavery. It's been something that's been embedded in us since we been taught it in school, right? But they never teach us about our ancestors that basically birthed every nation. They don't teach us about those. They tell us our history started with slavery. And so with that being put in our mind, is something that we can't forget, right? They always coming out with a slave movie, right? Or, violence movie. This will prevent the subject from believing they were, you know, concerned in any way, right? Scientology has a very uh, through behavior conditioning process that they refer to as the training routines, right? Or TRs. The TRs are presented as a communication training at the very beginning of someone's interest in Scientology. The TRs are a progressive set of exercises that lead the subject to instantly respond to a command that is given in what is called a tone 40, right? A tone 40 voice. Once the subject learns to respond as asked in this way, they can be easily told that told to take out their checkbook and enroll in the next training, right? Just that simple. In this certain tone, they know all these different things, bro. uh Appreciate it, man. Appreciate it. Appreciate it, my brother. I mean, they really ain't reptilians, man. We the reptilians. You know what I'm saying? That's what this energy is all about. You know what I'm saying? The Kundalini energy, all of that is that's in us. You know what I'm saying? But we gonna continue. We can talk about that the next live later today. Uh, the hardwired model in much the same way that a doctor may tap your knee, right? In its reflections with a jerk of the leg, right? So two are there contain ways that we as humans are hardwired to respond, right? We are so hardwired to respond, right? Um, that defensive mode, right? Instead of offense. We so hardwired to respond instead of sitting back and looking at things for a while and observing like how the ancestors used to do, right? That's how they learned every animal different traits because they all aspects of our mind. While this while this will be covered in more detail in the section entitled Appealing to Basic Human Responses, two examples of these are the need to be special, right? That's why they pumping this Black Lives Matter stuff and all that. They trying to make you feel special, make you feel good. You know what I'm saying? And then the other side, the scapegoat, right? That we all one. Love everybody, right? An example that the need to be special in telling a subject that they are uniquely qualified for a task or appreciated for their skills and knowledge, right? You know, like I was saying earlier, they coming out acting like they care now, right? Because they know we waking up, we getting mad, and as we get mad, the world is waking up and tearing stuff up. Accidents everywhere, right? Like I said, people blacking out here, having accidents out of nowhere, just passing out. It's crazy. The hardwired human response to this is one of agreement and a feeling of satisfaction, right? Trying to make you feel good, like we were saying. The scapegoat is the basic human need to know that our problems, right, are not our fault, even if in fact they are. All right? It's deep, y'all. This is a great deal to talk among the human potential movement, right? To take responsibility of your life. This what we that's what we trying to get to. Take responsibility of your life. Take responsibility of your mind. Take responsibility of your feelings. Because if you don't, they will control them. And then you'll wonder why you feeling this certain way or you responding to certain things and being triggered by certain things. You have to take responsibility for your life. And on a conscious level, it makes complete sense, right? On a conscious level, all of this stuff we reading right now makes complete sense. But if you go get somebody that's, they not really conscious, they just aware, they gonna say you crazy, right? If we look at our life as something that we are in complete control of, right? Because that's what they got us feeling like we don't have control of what what we're going through in our life, right? Coronavirus got you thinking you don't have control over your life. But let me tell you right now, if you don't take control of your mind, they're gonna keep on playing with you. And you're gonna keep on attracting nothing but negative things in your life, right? We feel more empowered, right? We feel more empowered when we know we got control of our life. Like in the Matrix movie, right? Neo, he said he didn't feel like, he didn't want to feel like, he was living a life that he didn't have control over, right? So let's continue. We tend to act more decisively, right? And be more happier people. But we've been told about slavery. We've been told about all these different things that most people know it exists. Some people can't even they don't have the facts though. And so we feel this oppression over us every day. You know what I'm saying? Every day. Simply because we choose it though. Simply because we choose it. Nevertheless, Nevertheless, right? Nonetheless, apologize. Nonetheless, the world has other plans and often throw us a curveball, right? That we didn't expect. Coronavirus, right? That we didn't expect. That's how the mind control happens. People will trust. People will trust will rip up. Hold on. People, he got to twisted in it, but people we trust will rip us off, right? So many people don't rip you off right now, man. You going through this pandemic, this the fool's flu. How many people don't rip you off and left you, you know what I'm saying, hanging when you was there for them before this shit popped off, right? That's what we talking about. We deal with the bills and financial concerns and loving relationships will end, right? They end it. If you feel out with somebody, they weren't never for you from the get go, right? You've been looking out for them, right? No matter who it is. In all of these cases, it is still a relief to know that it is not our fault, though, right? Because you got to be thankful for the coronavirus, right? For showing you who really there for you when this shit really gonna pop off, right? When this shit really gonna pop off, cause this just the hoax. They don't want to tell you what really going on, right? So it's not our fault. We will gladly take sides with strangers, right? Some of the strangers will show you love more than the people that you've been showing love to this whole time. Who will support us throwing stones at our enemies, right? The strangers. So let's continue. I was discussing this with a friend who eagerly agrees with the concept of complete personal responsibility, right? You got to take personal responsibility. You got to get out this mind control that they got you under. Or you going to keep on manifesting more negative energy, right? Or negative experiences. Because ain't nothing wrong with negative energy, right? You got to go through that. When the topic turned to a problem he was having with a client, I responded by lambasting the client, expressing how it was all the client's fault, right? And that my friend was not responsible for the troubles, right? You can't save everybody, right? Everything ain't always your fault. Some people just messed up in the head, and let me go and take a break right there. Some people just messed up in the head. They energy is negative, right? They thoughts are negative, right? They let everything that comes to their mind, right, take control of them. They are being raped by their mind, right? Being raped by their thoughts. And so you can't have a pity party for these type of people, right? They been mind controlled, so they actions gon' mess up everything that they decide to do in life, right? For real, this is deep, y'all. It truly is deep, and so you just gotta Separate yourself, man. Got Big Mark in the house. You gotta separate yourself for certain people, right? I had certain people around me and just shit would just act weird, right? For no reason, and I be trying to figure it out. But the signs be so subtle, you think it's just you tripping, but the spirit be trying to show you, right? For real. So let's continue. Where I left off at, we was talking about the need to, yeah, we read that one. So the next section is the next section is where he continues talking about he was instantly appraised and showed his appreciation at my concern by him telling them that the troubles wasn't his fault, right? You gotta stop blaming yourself for everything. Sometimes that's just how the world works, right? Coronavirus. You can't blame nobody for what's going on or who walked out your life, who faked on you. Be grateful they did. Because if they was really for you, they'll be still there for you, man. Let's continue. Um, yeah, he was saying, and then I told him how I was using the scapegoat on him, right? And he immediately understood his power. The need to be special and the scapegoat are just two examples to show you how we are hardwired to respond, right? And the next section is the NLP model. NLP means stands for neuro logistic programming, right? We talking about the deep sides of your brain. It's the field of study that was developed in the late 70s now by two scientists. There's two people. They know how to tap into your brain. What's going his name was one of the name Richard Bandler and John Grinder, right? Crazy names. See, they trying to cut it off. They know we spitting that fire tonight. Late night vibes, y'all. They wanted to discover why certain therapists could deal with their clients and get very rapid results, right? Where other therapists seem to take months or even years, right? In doing this, they discovered that they are, that there are certain mental processes we all go through, right? Certain stuff that we all go through in the mental to make decisions and to make changes, right? If anyone knows another's process for making changes, they just have to confirm to that process and change will occur, right? That's why, like the belief systems with church, they 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 using their brain, their mind control to get you to conform to what they trying to get you to conform to, right? It is essentially having the roadmap to someone's mind, right? They had a roadmap to your mind. With it, you can guide the person to do a whole what it says, the a whole myriad of things, right? Without them even knowing what you were doing, right? Without these people, you don't even know what these people are doing to you. As a result, many people have applied NLP to sales, right? And persuasion, right? While others have applied it to seduction, right? Mm-hmm. Let's continue. What makes NLP unique as a model of mind control is that it treats people as, what he say, distant individuals, not as a mass of hardwired robots, right? We already was talking about that the other line. There ain't no robots finna take over, man. You the fucking robot. They got your ass under control. And as long as they can control your consciousness, all this shit gonna keep going. That's what it's about. This means to each person, this means that each person has their own process for change. And these processes are unique to them, right? That's why we say everybody don't wake up at the same time. Everybody don't go to sleep at the same time. It's a process they go through. The control key is using the NLP as a mind control tool is to find ways to elect people's individual processes, right? These processes can be in the form of beliefs, personal aspiration, tendencies, and values, right? Everybody has different values. Everybody has different aspirations and beliefs, as well as their strategy for making decisions. Right? Everybody make decisions different. Once you discover an individual unique processes, the doors are wide open for their mind, and that's why I was saying earlier how Facebook and all this stuff is a social programming to see what be on your mind. You know, you go online and you see all these different things that you was just thinking about. It's online now, getting you to want to buy it or whatever it is the case may be, right? And so we're gonna go into this next chapter, environment control model, right? I said, man, appreciate old boy for hitting the cash out, man. That's much love. But the reptilians are us, right? The Kundalini energy is in us. They are nothing but mankind. We are something beyond human, right? That's why they have to try to control our mind, but they can only do it for certain people, right? So the environment control model, right? He lays it down and show you about the environment. Even the environment can have a control over your mindset and mind control you. The environment control model can be a lot fun and a lot of work, right? Because you can change your reality. You can change your environment. It requires that the controller take into account everything that the subject will experience, right? Everything you experience, so that they will naturally conclude exactly what the controller wants and as a result fulfill the controller's objective without considering any other possibility or option, right? Like I said, some people have been so mind controlled that it's normal to them, right? They the straight robot, right? Go watch the Matrix and watch this shit over after you see this live, man. You will understand the movie more. See, we just watching stuff from a lower level. We don't actually get these movies, but they showing you like I said, movies are the biggest mind control. But if you can go in and see it from a different level, you will see the signs. It truly requires seeing a much bigger picture of what is happening. You got to see the bigger picture of what is happening in these different movies, what is happening with the corona, you know what I'm saying, in your life, with the people you're dealing with. Think of how magicians control the environment, right? Chris Angels, how they be all doing all that different illusion, right? To have you believe the effect. It's not real though, because you know what I'm saying? You can do magic, but it's within your mind, right? It's within your mind. So to have you believe the effect, a good magician won't tell you that it's an ordinary deck of playing cards, right? An ordinary deck of playing cards. Instead, he will fan them for you, right? And even have you handle them yourself so that you conclude on your own what he wants you to believe, family. All the while, mark the deck could be marked, rigged, or be a prop of one sort or another, right? To use the environmental mind control model, consider this phrase. Let's say this phrase, no can resist what they can't detect, right? No can resist what they can't detect. So if you can't detect, you gotta become the detective, right? If you can't detect it, then you won't resist all the fucking lies, right? You accept it. The environment control model is also a favor of con man, right? If you are in a hospital parking lot and you see a man in a white coat with a stethoscope dangling out of his pocket, a name tag that says Samuel Willis, MD, urology, who asks for jumper cables to start his car, you naturally assume he is a doctor, right? More importantly, you don't assume he is not a doctor because you just see him with the white coat on, right? The pinnacle of the environment control model is the movie, The Matrix. We just got to saying this earlier, right? For the people who live connected to the Matrix, everything was just as they thought it was, right? With with the worries and desires of everyday life. All the while though, they were protected from discovering that they were nothing more than double A batteries used to power a global fucking machine. That's why I was saying you gotta go back and watch it. Watch that shit over again. The new one coming out here soon, hopefully. If they don't, fake on us, the Matrix 4. And let you know it's gonna get deeper for some people, right? The Matrix gonna get deeper for certain people. So, and if you don't learn how to control your mind and your emotions, you just gonna be another battery. You the robot. You know what I'm saying? You the robot. And until you understand that, you're gonna keep living in fear, thinking that robots about to take over the world, AI about to take over the world. Now AI only living because you have the power. Your consciousness has created all these things. Even if you didn't literally make this stuff by yourself, at the end of the day, it was all thought in your mind. That's what we're saying. So let's continue. Gonna knock this chapter out. I'm almost at the hour mark. Let's continue. To use the environment mind control model effectively, you must first ask what you want your subject to do and what to believe, right? And then create the environment that will naturally make them conclude what you want. That's what's going on with this corona. You know what I'm saying? That's what's going on. Doing this on a large scale can prove difficulty, right? It can be hard because you got so many stories out there, so much misinformation, right? So much misinformation out there, and people don't know what to believe, so they just running off of fear and off of reaction. Doing this on a large scale can prove difficulty, right? We just said that because of the numerous of, variables one must control. On a smaller scale, however, it can be quite simple. Yeah, I got a YouTube channel, man. Just search the Galactic Human, man. All these videos. If I don't leave a video on Facebook, I go straight to YouTube and post it on there. But I normally post all my links and stuff after I get off, and you'll be able to, check out the page if you don't, follow it. But yeah, let's continue, and we gonna knock it out for the night. Okay, take the example of going to a religious retreat, right? We talking about a religious retreat. I done, been and did all this stuff. The participants are isolated from what? The rest of the world. No TV, right? No newspaper, no cell phones or computers, right? That's what happens when you go on your when I was in the Mormon church. When you go on your mission, you can't have none of this stuff, right? You'll have a cell phone, but you can only contact the people that you're trying to get to come to church, the people that you're trying to convert, right? They are then asked to remove their shoes and be silent when in certain locations, right? Do that at the temple. We used to do that at the temple. And let's continue. As a sign of reverence, right? Sign of reverence, that silence. After doing this for a period of time, it does not take much for them to begin to believe what they are told to believe, right? That's why you got to separate yourself sometimes from all the madness so you can think. Think to yourself. Think, you know what I'm saying, to yourself. Because you'll be around certain people all your life. You'll never know who you truly are until you be able to sit in the wilderness, as the Bible say, right? Let's continue. A con man will also use isolation by making sure his mark is consistently occupied by his con man contributors, right? Whose jobs are to make certain that that the mark's attention is continually directed exactly where they want it, right? That's how they get you to, fall into these different little sales and, promotions and stuff. So these are merely models of mind control, not the techniques and tactics. As models, they provide hints, right, at the possible strategies that make mind control possible. The next chapter will cover how mind control techniques and tactics have been used on historical basis. We're gonna knock this last paragraph out, right? And we're gonna shut it on down. So I'm gonna be back on later on. As a brief history of mind control, right? Mind control is not bad in itself, right? Because why? We say you can control your mind. That's what you came down here to gain more consciousness, control your mind, control your reality, so you can live the life that you want to live, not what they want you to live, right? It is a process that has evolved as a survival mechanism, right, for the group, for the people in this world. In other words, if the group could stay together in an effective way, right? We talking about us, man. No disrespect to all the other nations on my page, right? But I'm talking to my people, right? Let's read that again. If a group could stay together in an effective way, they would have a better chance of collectively surviving what the world throws at them, right? That's why they had to separate us, right? That's why they got us separated today. If one person didn't confirm and thought and behavior to the group norm, they could threaten the group's survival, right? And so that's why you see all of us that's doing this, speaking out, sharing this truth, it seems like we are stepping out the norm, but we stepping back into our normal way of thinking, uh, not the common sense way of thinking, because it's not our sense, right? The way we've been thinking the whole time is not our thoughts. The way we've been acting is not our behavior. We've been taught these things. They could threaten the group's survival. They further learned that by influencing others outside of the clan, right, in certain ways, they could prevent attacks. Okay? So we the shields, right? But until you wake up, these attacks gonna keep happening. You know what I'm saying? The demiurge, they wish they could do something to me, bro. You know what I'm saying? Cause I'm like I said, I'm sharing the knowledge, doing what I'm supposed to do as well. When I put my time in, I'm blood off my hands, right? Cause I'm protected, right? I know who the true God is, right? Keep in mind that while most of us value the thought of the virtues of freedom and personal independence, the virtues of freedom and the personal independence, these are new concepts, right? These are new concepts because we was born with freedom, right? We we lived as clans, right? We used to live as together, right? But they separated us. All of this independence and freedom, we already had these things. So let's continue to knock this on out. These are new concepts when compared to the long span of human history, right? Human history, not mankind history. Mankind history has been stolen. It's been, you know, it's been taken from human history. Human history and mankind history is different. Mind control has been the rule, not the expectation. So we're gonna end it on there because the next chapter get even deep. You know what I'm saying? Goes in about your parents and your upbringing. If you can't, you know, evolve from that either, you're gonna be stuck, right? And it's true. So family, like I said, it's been a great build tonight. Appreciate the brother for showing love. And appreciate everybody for timing in. I guess I'll play another deal before we get out of here like we always do. Um, yeah, but my brother, if you did have a certain question, just message me, man, and we'll get off into it, man. Cause like I said, it's just different things that we already know, but we've been taught wrong. So uh, we get lost on certain things because certain stuff is misinformation. So yeah, family, peace to the gods and goddesses, right? You know what I'm saying? Man, the energy so powerful that, like I said, if you don't focus, if you can't focus on positivity, and it's not just positivity, it's just about how you want to view things, then you're going to keep on attracting stuff that you do not really want, right? This is how this mind control works. Nothing wrong with mind control once you know what it is, right? We not reading this stuff to teach you how to mind control. We talking about how to take back over your mind, because that's what's been mind control, right? So, and we finna go and get into the last little part here, and we gonna get up out of here, man. Gotta end it out on some smooth, you know what I'm saying? But this really ain't living, you know what I'm saying? So everybody wake up and take responsibility for all they, shit that they been thinking and feeling. Either way it goes, we gon' the conscious people gotta come back together, you know what I'm saying? And wake on up. Tell it in third eye on fire right now. Third eye on fire, boy. Mm. Late night vibing, man. Like, fuck it. All right, family, man. That's a great build today we did. You know what I'm saying? I said I appreciate the brother for hitting the cash up and everybody that timed in. Uh, Man, we gotta stay vigilant. We got to learn about these things so we can free ourselves, because that's what the goal is. It's about freeing yourself from all the oppression you think you under, right? All the oppression you think you under. Your biggest enemy is the ego, right? Your ego wants you to be tricked in this big illusion, this magic spell that we under, right? And so, like I said, tomorrow, later on today, I'm saying tomorrow, but later on today, we're gonna go off into how mind control works through your upbringing and through the people that raised you as well, right? You got to learn how to let all these different things go, or you're gonna keep on manifesting these major problems that's going on in the world. So with all that being said, peace to the goddess and the goddesses, right? To all gods known and unknown, Ashe, rise in power to all my ancestors, right? Your ancestors, right? The ones that want us to know the true knowledge, the ones that want us to be free. So you already know, man. We wrapped it up. That's it for right now. We'll time back in later today. Ashe.